rehearsing a scene for the upcoming company play called Put That Thing Back Where It Came From, or So Help Me. It's a musical. Yeah, put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. So help me, so help me, and cut.
What the heck is CG layout? CG layout is the art of staging an animated scene in relationship to the camera.
Back to the pot patch, flower boy?
No thanks. I'm headed for the finish line. You can follow me.
In the olden days, before computers and the invention of virtual space, layout was a 2D art form. The layout artist drew a background picture and designed how the characters would fit into it. This kind of layout is now called traditional.
Sleeves look like you threw up on them. Keep your hands and arms in.
With the invention of virtual reality, layout evolved to become a 3D discipline, adopting the traditions and techniques of live-action filmmaking.
Messier from clean sleeves.
Layout deals with the most fundamental questions of filmmaking. Where do I put the camera? What lens should I use? Where do the actors stand and how should they move? Before layout work can get underway, the first thing you need, of course, is a story. You also need some characters, and they need to be rigged so that they can be posed and animated. You need a set, some props, and all the things that the story says are in the scene. Typically, you also have storyboards, or, better yet, an animatic, which is a kind of comic book movie that tells the layout artist the pace of the action and the timing of the dialogue. And speaking of dialogue, if there is any, the layout artist needs the audio recording. To get started, the layout artist refers to the storyboards to see what kind of staging the director has in mind. Going from the 2D world of storyboards to the 3D world of layout can be tricky. Interpretation and adjustments are often required. The layout artist loads the 3D assets and audio into the animation program on the computer and sets about posing characters, blocking out the action, and framing it with a virtual camera. The layout artist in the virtual world is much like the director of photography on a live-action set. It's the job of layout to provide a solid cinematic framework for all the departments downstream. The layout artist creates simple poses that indicate the key points of action in the scene. Where an animator may take several weeks to do a single shot, a layout artist will put together 20 shots in the same amount of time. That's why layout is the place where the director works out the cinematic structure of the movie. The art of layout is the art of composing pictures. It's based on all the stuff you learn about in art school. It's the art of arranging compositional elements in a frame, but with the complication that, unlike painting and photography, a film takes place in time, so the things in the frame keep changing.
Yes, sir.
I'm just about had it with these losers.
But layout isn't just about making pretty pictures. It's also the art of storytelling.
The match! The match that decides whether two bugs live or die this very evening.
It's the job of the layout artist to understand the purpose of the shot and to make sure that its meaning is clear. How, you ask? In the way that the action is framed, in the way a character is posed, in the pacing of the shot. Will the camera angle be a close-up, a medium shot, a wide shot, a bird's eye view, or a worm's eye view? Will the camera move on a crane, or a track, or would it be best just to let it hold still? The art of layout also involves thinking beyond each individual shot to the sequence of shots as a whole. Composing shots for good cutting is one of the special skills of the camera operator, whether in the real world or the virtual one. From the adventures of Andre and Wally B to Polar Express, Shrek, Ice Age, Rango and Brave, 3D layout continues to be a critical part of CG animation production. Layout also plays a part in films that blend live action with animation. Films like Pacific Rim, Iron Man, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where many of the shots involve nothing but CG characters in a CG environment. What does it take to be a layout artist? An eye for composition, a feeling for acting and storytelling, and a knowledge of the language of film.
Follow me!